right, this is my newest project. I bought it a month or so ago, and the pusherman sold this one to me to Emil, the guy that's taking the pictures. He brings over pictures of cars, and holy cow, so I got to buy him. This one, I had this is a 86 SVO Mustang. They're unusual, neat cars. It's got a turbocharged 2.3 Ford engine in it. And in 86, I believe they did 200 horsepower. I've heard 210, but the car is pretty quick for a four-cylinder from the mid-80s. When I bought it, which ain't a lot changed, but this thing is really a nice car, but it's really rough. It had 36 years of nothing done to it. So I'm having to redo everything on the car. And I'm not complaining, I got a good deal. I just, it's kind of fun because it's old school, it's easy to do, there's nothing hard about it. So the first thing that I had to do, when I got it, it wouldn't crank. And I wound up putting a solenoid on it, and it hadn't given me any problems since. Well, then I had put new belts on it, new timing chain belt on it, and then the next step, I got everything up there squared away. I started putting brakes on it. Well, come to find out, it's not so easy to buy brakes for these things, calipers, rotors, and all that, and they're not cheap. The calipers aren't that bad. They were 30-some bucks. The rotors, $75 a piece, because it's not like a regular Mustang. It's not a 4-bolt pattern, it's a 5-bolt pattern, so it's an unusual rotor. The other thing is the wheels on it obviously are 5-lug, but they came off of a Lincoln, and I forget exactly what one, but let's call it a Continental. But you can't just go buy them, you got to order them. I've been waiting a week or so now for the calipers and the rotors. But they come stock with Coney shocks, and these are wore slap out. The other side is just pouring all the oil out of it. The back has the 8.8 with the Coney shocks on it. It's got 4 shocks on the back. The car handles great. The car's really a neat car. It's got, I don't know, can you see the sway bar? I mean, how big it is. I mean, this thing is huge compared to a lot of other sway bars. And when you go around a corner, it corners. I mean, it is really nice. It's a 5-speed. It's got the intercooler on the engine and the 5-speed transmission. The one that I had before, the guy that I got it from, he worked for a Ford dealer. He was a mechanic, and he sent this. He had done it in the early 90s. He'd gone through it and put everything in it new. He said the last thing he bought was the shifter knob. There was only one left, according to him, in the United States, and he had it on the car. Well, I let my 16-year-old son drive it, and he tore second gear out of it. And from what I'm told, I don't know, that these transmissions are totally different. But I went ahead and put a regular 5-speed Mustang transmission. I didn't feel any difference, but I'm sure there's a little bit lower gearing in them. But the car is okay. Something happened to the roof. It looked like it was redone. They got Bondo in it, so something either fell on it or somebody walked on it or something. But it's a project that's drivable, but it's going to need everything on it. I put new tires on it right after I got it. And the other neat thing about it is the double spoiler. And this spoiler is really hard to find. From what I'm told, this spoiler is the same thing that's on regular Mustangs, but this one is the big deal. So I got this, I got bodywork. Everybody tells me all of them rust right here. On both sides it's rusted. And then along the back here, it's rusted on the inside. There's SVO. But this one's not terrible. You can see it. worst place is right here. But I can cut this metal out and tack in a new piece of metal and it'll be like brand new. So I'm very pleased, and the guy that got me onto this, I'm happy with him too. So that's where I'm at. But hopefully this thing in another couple weeks to a month, I'll have it where it's roadworthy and I'm able to drive it. I'm very pleased with the car. Oh, and the one thing that we didn't talk about up here was obviously the intercooler on it. And this is from, they built these things 84, 85, and 86. And
makes cool whooshing sounds too, huh?
yes, it does. But the cool thing is how this hood scoop is offset from the center. It's not dead in the middle. And that's one way you can spot them. The easiest way to tell them from a regular Mustang, got 5 lugs. Obviously the spoiler.
Yeah.
And but just looking at it, it broke going down the road to SVO.
Yeah.
But
and that's a functional scoop too, right? Yeah, it goes right to the intercooler. It's pretty neat.
Yep.
Great car, Fred.
Okay, thank you.